Today we will build a website using AI, artificial intelligence. I'll be using ChatGPT, but you can use any platform that you're comfortable with. The real reason behind making this video is to show you the impact that AI have made very recently. Because back then when I started around 5 to 6 years ago, things were different. And I'm still working in software industry, and I've worked in like 3 to 4 companies till this point, and I have like more than 3.5 years of experience and on working on like literally production level softwares, enterprise level softwares, and a lot of complex like engines and things like these. But the point is, when I've started, things were different. And if you see my LinkedIn profile, I'll drop a link in the description. If you see that profile, so I was learning a lot of things. So I've done so many certifications, and I've like worked on worked in different companies on different projects. The whole point of is to learn more by doing more, because that was the thing back then. It's like when I started as an internee, we were doing a lot of things and like reading our documentation, seeing a lot of working examples, seeing the projects that the company had at that time that we were working in, and implementing those in the project that we are working in. Maybe at that time there was a concept of like, if something is working, copy that into your project, but still you have to incorporate that in your website yourself and do a lot of coding yourself. And there were platforms, and there are platforms where you can post your issues or things that you're stuck in, and people can uh, get on that and help you, and maybe you can help people on platform like Stack Overflow, Code Project, or maybe any similar platform. But AI very recently have like shifted the paradigm completely. So if you use the AI in a right way, you can literally save like 70 to 80% of your time, and it can give you like a lot of code, a lot of working code, a very well written working code that you can use in your website, and that can literally save any developer or any person who is even not a developer lots of time. Back then it was like heck of a thing to be a software developer. Coding wasn't perceived as a very easy to hone skill. So like people spend time, practice, do some internships, and like work on real projects, and then they like, yes, now they can do a certain type of like code, or they are very good in that, or maybe they're still learning or something. But AI recently like can do a job of a like junior to a software developer, mid-level software developer, in like couple of seconds. Like it can just complete, it can create a complete file within like minutes. You can just give the right prompts, use it the right way, and you can just see okay, how this can help you making the website. So I'm not saying in this particular video we might just create a simple portfolio website, but that is just to show how easy it is to get started. But thing is you can create very complex functionality and very complex website using the right prompts, using the same AI platform that you're building. I'm building this website on. You can use that to build complex structures, complex enterprise solutions. That might take a little longer. So I'm not saying it's a one day thing, because there are a lot of requirements, and like you have to fix things and be very careful with some of the functionality, and then you have to understand the requirements first, and then give it to ChatGPT or any platform, and then ask your customer whether the thing that you're building is right or not. So that's different. But in this video, I will share with you like what a website is, some technical essentials that you need to know to get started, then how to use AI the right way to get most out of it, then give the prompts and get that particular website, that the working website. Then I will deploy that website and share the link with you so that you can also see how powerful these tools are. So let's get started and do some real work. So we'll start with what a website is. You can search it on the internet, what is a website, and you can get a lot of information, read about it, just to understand what it is. So in a very basic way, or at a very basic level, if I say a website is a way of sharing information on internet that other people that access internet can see, and like maybe reach you out, get benefit from that. If it's a e-commerce website, you want to buy something, and there's a business that's selling something, and you both can access internet, and that business have a website where their products are like listed, and you can read their details and pricing, and you can place an order. So you're kind of using a web application on the internet. So that basically a website is. It's a collection of web pages like that are combined, or you can say put behind a single domain name. You can use multiple domains, but the point is just to understand it. So one domain name, for example, it's me, then osamahafiz.com, and you can just go on that website and just like look at what I do, or like more information about me and things like these. And for example, if you use LinkedIn, that's another platform that's available as a website that also is available as mobile application. But you can go on Google Chrome or any browser and just like type LinkedIn if you use LinkedIn, and just go there and just search for it and log in, create your account and utilize it. If you want to get a job, do the business, you can do that. It's not a promotion, but I was just like to give you an example of what a website is. Then we need to understand few important concepts. The first one is HTML. So it's basically a hypertext markup language. It's a very simple and fundamental language that we use to build web pages. It provides you the structure of the page that you see. So it's the major things that's all provided by HTML. I'll not go very deep into it, but if you want to like understand how websites work, you have to like get started with HTML. So this is the very basic language, the very fundamental language that's still being used in web pages, and that is basically providing all the necessary building blocks that you need to build a website. Yes, you can not have like very good looking website just with HTML. So you need designing, you need to design things, because with just bricks and cement and maybe rods or just like the structural material, you cannot have a very good looking building. So to make it look good, you need to design it. And for styling, we have CSS, cascading style sheet. So that basically gives the look and feel to the website, to the structure that we build using HTML, that like become more elegant and like give a very good look and feel using CSS. So we design the website using CSS. Then there's another language that I want to mention here, and that's the last one we'll discuss here because I don't want to make it very technical. So that's JavaScript. So this is basically a scripting language that makes the website dynamic. So you can actually then perform some functionality, and then if it's a complex system and there's a backend there or a data store there, you want to access some data, show some data, place some orders. And if it's a complex system, then you need to have some sort of scripting language up there to communicate with the backend that you have. Like, we're not gonna go too much into technical details of what a backend is, what a data store is, how these things communicate. I might create another video to just like clarify things more in technical perspective. But thing is, HTML has a structure, CSS for styling that structure, and JavaScript to make it like a little bit more dynamic or play with the CSS and HTML of the page. So if you understand these three, and I'm not like expecting you but to just understand all these concepts here as I'm saying, you might can just go and search on maybe AI as well. Just search what is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript just to understand what these things are. So once these three are done, if you understand, okay, the HTML is for structure, CSS is for styling, and JavaScript is to like make that particular page a little bit dynamic, then we can get ahead and maybe just go to ChatGPT. Okay, so now here we are. So at this point, you should understand how to use the AI in a right way. So you can just give the prompt like, I want this website, this should has this, and literally it can do it. But the best way that I have seen and implemented is to let the ChatGPT or the platform that you're using, AI platform that you're using, take a role. It's like, for example, now I want ChatGPT, maybe you can say an AI platform, to build a website. That means I want this particular platform or the agent to behave as a software developer, or you can say very particularly a web developer or a full stack developer. Or if you are like very precise about the role, this will make it easier for that platform or the agent behind it, or maybe whatever it, however it works, to get the right information easily, because it gives the right, like, it's a right direction. And after that, you should give it the context. Okay, you are for example, I told ChatGPT to become a software developer or maybe a web developer, and then I'll give the context. Okay, I want a simple portfolio website. That's it, and that kind of gives a context to it. And you can also mention languages if you're using maybe some different languages, so frameworks or whatever. You can just mention those, and after that you should just like list your requirements. Okay, I want this and that in this particular website. And the last option, which I consider optional, is you can just like tell it to be a little bit more creative, design it well, use this particular library or anything to be like more at the good side of the thing, so that it'll create a nice example, or maybe if not example, then nice project that you're trying to build. So if you use it that way, you'll get the best results. Okay, so now we will start prompting, and I will first start with giving it a role. So I want you to take a role of software web. Okay, so now we will start prompting. The first thing I will do is to give it a role. So I will say, okay, I want you to take a role of software web developer who can build websites. You can be more precise, but I think that'll gonna do the job. So that's done. Then I'll give the context. So what I want you to build a portfolio website. You can go with a complex website as well, but for this video, not to waste time, I'm gonna go with a simple website. So I think a portfolio website can do the job. Portfolio website, which will have following sections. At number 1, I want it should have a nav bar to show all the links to the sections on this web site. Number 2, I want a header section which have an image and text centered, which says I'm a software developer. Number 3 is I want, or maybe it should have a section with 3 columns. First one should tell a little bit about me. Second should about my education, and third should about my skills using progress bars to show them as progress. And then number 4, and I think then we should show some projects. So it should have a section, it should have a section showing projects 3 projects in one row, and total 6 should be shown. Then number 5, add a background image to make the website. Why you should do that? Add a background image section to which should show my image. Okay, so number 6, it should have a section with 2 columns. On left, add a form for contacting us, which will have name, email, and message fields. On right, it should have a map, for example, right now with a random location. And number 7, it should have a normal footer. Now I've given the context what I want. I also told like what are the things I want in that website. That's the optional step, but I'm because I'm a developer, so I'm gonna be like it should use Bootstrap or a similar library for styling the website better. Plus, use the placeholder images. Okay. So this is what I have written as a prompt, and now when I give this prompt, I have to wait a little bit, and I'm gonna create the complete file for me, and then I can use this file to see how it looks in working. So I have to kind of wait for it to complete. So once it will be done, then we can start. So I'm just gonna just to keep it simple, we can like have separate styling files, separate scripting files, separate HTML files, and make folders and just like save images in the folders, and we can have all that as well. It's not that it's not possible, but for this to keep it as simple as possible, I'll just gonna go with one file. So I'm copying this index.html file, and then I will create a new folder. I don't know why I'm writing this port again and again, but portfolio website, and you're gonna create a text document. I'm gonna name it index. I'm gonna change the extension of it. Then now I'm just opening it in okay. I don't know why it's not opened. Okay, so it opened here. So now I've saved the index.html file, and here's the website. So that's the initial version of it. And the problem is we are not able to see the images because it messed up. So if you just go back which browser window it was. So the URL is not working, so you can just say okay, the placeholder images are not working. If possible, use free images from ठीक है the placeholder okay नहीं 2 minutes. So the images weren't working well, and you can say just the placeholder images are not displayed. Use free images from maybe Pixabay or from anywhere, and just give this prompt and then see what it does. So I've not prompted anything similar before, but I think so. Okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm just trying to not do it myself and try to just use the prompts and the platform to get that particular website working without me getting involved or using any of my expertise into it. I just want this platform to actually create this website completely for me. And just have to wait a little bit, and you have to update that file. So once this file is complete, again just this HTML file simply, and I'm going here, index file, and copy, paste, save it, come back, go to their website. You just have to refresh this website, and boom, here it is. Again, few of the pictures are not there, and that's bad. I don't know why they are not there, but some pictures are not there. Okay, some pictures in the projects are not displayed. Make sure then update the code. So now I've updated it again. I think so that'll gonna be the last version, and I'll gonna just deploy it because it's an example. We can enhance it. We have all the code. We just need a little bit of understanding of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to just keep enhancing it. The more complex we want, the more we have to understand it. I don't think so AI is still at this level where it can just get your requirements and build a very complex infrastructure or maybe an enterprise grade application for you. So you have to get involved, or maybe a developer should be there who can understand and then can do the things. So now it's complete, and I'm copying the code. I'm again going in the index.html file, and I'm pasting and I'm saving. And after that, I just have to go here and refresh the project. So there are few images that are still not there that I might need to fix, but if we just use one of the images, that'll gonna make sense. But The bad thing is here it is like kind of not giving all the images that are available. So there are some of the images that are not available, and it's adding in the tags. So if you see there's an image img tag that contains the image which is basically responsible for it. So I don't know what to say, but maybe last time just give it a try. Hey, so it is basically like writing all the code for you, and that's the way it should be done. So okay, so now I'm copying this. I'll just gonna go back here. I'm gonna update the index file and refresh. Okay, so we have not received any image this time. I think I need to get involved a little because this is not doing a complete job. So again, as I said in the start, it's gonna save you time. So if we just use the existing example, go back, and that's it, it's working. So if we just go to the project sections where images have been displayed and use the image tag, even I can use the complete tag, I guess. And which image is not 3 4 5? So from 3 4 5, so project 3 4 5, just to make it look good. I just want to do it that way. So yep, so now all the images are there, contact me page is there, these are your projects, that's your about me, that's education, these are the skills that you have, that you can write your name here, add some effect as well. You can write your name here as well, like contacts and this and that. So I think it's kind of looking good. The last thing is like I have us to deploy it, so I'll just gonna so now my plan is to deploy it. So I'll gonna delete the existing website that I have and upload the file in here. That's just one file, I guess, for this website. So I've just done that file, that's uploaded successfully. That's the file, and where's the link to it? So if I go back to websites, and that's it. So that's basically a temporary URL. I'll try to just add a working URL in there that can help, but overall that's a working website. You can make it like more meaningful. It's not that it's not possible to make it meaningful. You have seen the code, now you have access to code. You can just search for whatever it is. For example, if I want to I want to say, for example, there is an education thing there, so I can just copy education, go to my file, search for it, and I can say from XYZ I've been at, or maybe if you have, I'm not, but for example Oxford, Universities. That's a famous one. So you just update it, refresh, and you have Oxford here. And if you want to say, for example, you want to change anything, for example, from my portfolio, I want to say because it's my portfolio, so I should just add my name there. So if I just copy this word, go here, search it, that's my portfolio, and I can say, okay, that's basically me. So I can just update that, go here, and I'm here. So if I say I'm a software developer, I can search this as well, but I can say I'm some Hafiz, or maybe I can say I'm a content creator. Content creator. Maybe if you're an entrepreneur, you can say I'm an entrepreneur. Whatever. So I'm a software engineer. Whatever. You can just add it here, save it. The point of showing it to you is now you have the access, so you can change it. I've changed it from software developer to engineer, Sama Hafiz. Any text I can change. I can add more components to it. I can make it like more useful. But the main thing is, if I wanted to create a website, I can just go on ChatGPT. I just like try to understand few of the concepts, technical concepts, because I think to me it's still a necessity. If you don't understand HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and the frameworks that are required to understand, you don't need to know all. Maybe you can pick few, but you need to understand some of it. Not very deeply, but you should have an idea. Like, for example, if you have code, how you're gonna understand it, how you're gonna change it, because you've seen I was saying like update the images, but it was not updating it with the right images. It was still missing some of the working images, and it was like again and again showing that these images are not available, and I've just copied those images myself to make it work. You can add working images or make available images into it and make it more meaningful. And if you see the change, so the website that's deployed is not changed. The one that I'm working on here is changed, but not the deployed one. So now we need to redeploy this file. So if I just go back to that website, I just jump to it. So if you just go back, delete this file, upload the new file that you have saved, upload it, go back, refresh the file, and this. Osama Hafiz, I'm a software engineer, Oxford University. I've not attended Oxford, but thing is like it's just to show you the changes that I've made. So for example, if you want to do the changes and then you want to see them, you have to redeploy it. So the concepts, I guess, are not that difficult anymore. So you can get the coding, you can get everything. You have to have a little bit of understanding of how these things work to make it easier for yourself to get the thing done. So it's like it's still not that easy to get into it, but thing is it's a lot easier and can save you lots and lots of time. So you still need a person to interact with an agent to give the requirements and get the working piece of software out of it. It's an art, I can say, but it's like you have to understand, you have to do it the right way. So I will give a link. I will like try to like make the link more meaningful and share the link in the description. So when you're watching this video, you have the link to see this particular website, and hopefully I will gonna delete this link within 7 days, 7 or maybe 10 days, 14 days. I don't know. But if it's not there, just think it's deleted and the time period I've decided is like reached. So that's it. There are a few other concepts that I will just share at the end. Is like to build a website, you first need to understand few of the technical things like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or any framework that you want to use. If you are already a software developer, or maybe to some extent you have learned coding, so you already know what it means and what it takes to actually get things done. Once you understand those, like use the ChatGPT or any AI platform that you're using the right way, so that you can get most out of it. And once that's done, like for example, you given the prompts and you got the working piece of software, you might need to edit it or maybe change few of the things. And after that, once you're like happy with the draft version of it and you want it should be available to everyone, you need a server, like a computer that's available 24/7 on internet. Definitely there are gonna be some service level agreements where it's not available for a particular period of time, but you can still like pay them on a whatever basis they like allow you. For example, there are subscription of for like 3 months, 6 months, 1 month, a year, I don't know. You can use cloud as well, like go to Azure cloud. They'll allow you for a free website hosting for a particular period of time. You can go to Amazon, Google Cloud, whichever is like more suitable to you. And then you have to deploy this website there so that everyone can access it. I hope this video will gonna make things a lot easier for you in terms of how AI can help you build a basic level of website. And if you can build a basic level of website, you can, it's just code, so it's gonna be a little bit more complex, and believe me, AI can do it. You just know how to use it properly. So go build your own. I just recommend just give some prompts, be random, just try to give it a role, context, and the requirements, and then be more creative with the design and everything, and see what you get. So I'll recommend you building your own first website if you have not built any before. Just give some prompts, create index.html file, paste everything there, and just change the extension if it's txt or any other to HTML. Run it in your browser to see how a website that ChatGPT have built for you looks like. I hope you have liked this video. Thanks for watching.